Hey, what's up everyone? Johnny the Geek here, and today I'm going to be rooting the HTC One X. It's a fairly simple process, but I gotta tell you that this method is sort of an adaptation or sort of pulled from another root method that worked for the Asus Transformer Prime. So it's kind of a modified version of that root method. It just happens to also work for the HTC One X, and this is the One X for AT&T, right? As stated here on this website that I got pulled up. There have been on the XDA developers. There was some, I think, some info saying that it also worked for the Rogers version and others, right? But I suggest that you do much more research and ask on these forums because this AT&T version has a different CPU in it, processor, than the international version, which has NVIDIA Tegra 3. Who knows? Maybe this works even better for the other versions, but I'm going to go ahead and try it anyways. A couple of things I also got to mention is that apparently some people have commented it shows that it's saying tampered on the bootloader screen. So most likely this is going to get rid of your warranty. I don't know if there's a way of going back to unroot, or if this will be able to update later on, subsequent updates. But the rooting far surpasses the need to, I don't know, do other things legitimately later on. There's a lot of apps and a lot of other things that I want to try out that requires my phone to be rooted. So for those who are the faint of heart, who are not nerdcore or geekcore enough to want to do this, don't do this, right? I'm just showing you that I'm doing it, and this is my experience with it, right? I may even brick my phone. If I do, well, hopefully it helps you out too, so that you don't do this. I gotta download Windows drivers, so you click on that. Drivers download. I gotta download this 1R or onxr.zip file, so you click on that. Starts to download, right? And it's located here on my desktop now. So I have 7-zip as my default zipping program, so when I double click on it, it opens up here. Oh, actually, I want to right click and extract files. Click on OK, so it puts it in a nice little folder. So this is packaged up quite nicely so that it works on a Linux and Mac. So for those of you who have that, it may work, it may not. I don't know Lion or what version of Linux and what version of Mac will it work on. Who knows? I'm on a Mac though, or I'm on a PC, Windows 7 to be exact. Alright, so I gotta install the drivers so that my computer recognizes my phone. Alright, so the drivers have finished installing. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my phone now directly to a USB port. Right? Don't use a USB hub. Connect it directly to the USB port on the computer. Alright, so now that I got that plugged in, it may ask you, it gives you these options here of how you want your phone to work with it plugged into the computer, and you're going to want to leave it on charge only, right? But if you just want to make sure though, or if the screen popped up and it went away, you just pull down this notification bar here, and right where it says charge only, click on that, and then you have a couple of options here. And me personally, I would switch it to disk drive so that the computer recognizes it and installs drivers and picks it up as a regular disk drive, and then switch it back to charge only. You don't have to do that, but I don't know, I just want to make sure that the computer recognizes completely my phone, everything about my phone. So you can leave it on just charge only if you want, and that's how I'm leaving it for now. So click on done, right? And then now we got to go into the settings and change to USB debugging. So click on settings, then go to developer options there, and then up at the top it says USB debugging. Click on that, and it's asking you, are you sure you want to do that? And then when you click on OK, some stuff's going to happen where you're going to hear that little, plugging in device sound, and then you can look at it, install the drivers, and just give it a good 10-20 seconds to install all of the drivers for the phone in USB debugging mode. Right, so we can go back to the home screen, and now we can run our program here. Let's see, let me make sure. Yes. All right, so conveniently they've packaged this to also run with Mac and Linux. I don't know what versions of Mac or Linux you have to be on to run this, but I'm on Windows 64-bit. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go ahead and do right-click and run it as administrator. This is only if you have a password on your computer where you have to install programs or run certain programs, system-level programs. So you can just go ahead and click on this if you're not sure. Just run as administrator. So when you run this, it's going to run. It's going to reboot your computer like numerous times, probably like 3 or 4 times. I don't know why. It's a little excessive, I think, but that's the way it works. And pretty much that's it. Once you have rebooted all those many times, your phone will be rooted. Alright, so it's rebooted, and one of the few ways that you could check to see if super user is there, that's how you know your phone is rooted. So once you click on that, it's saying your super user binary is outdated, needs to be updated, so click on continue, and it's going to go ahead and go through that. But essentially, now that when you try to run rooted apps, a little pop-up, this super user pound program thing is going to pop up and say, hey, this program's trying to use root. Do you want to allow it to use root? Those rooted apps. And you say allow, and that's pretty much it. You can test this out with like a program like Titanium Backup or the Wi-Fi tethering app. I have a couple other videos on some of my favorite rooted apps, and that's pretty much it. Have fun with it. The next video that I'm going to make now is getting a program called S-Voice, right? That's the Samsung voice command software that's been leaked that you can download and install. I'm going to try to get it working on here. There's some modifications that I have to do, and that will allow me for that program to work, which is why I had to root my phone, right? So again, do this at your own risk. I didn't see an error or a message at the boot saying that my bootloader was tampered with. So I don't know, maybe this doesn't void the warranty, maybe it does, who knows. Again, at your own risk. As far as I can tell, I don't see any of my data missing, erased, lost. All of my app icons are there. I can still log in to all my Facebook, so my personal information is still in there. Everything looks to be working a-okay. Alright, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Subscribe. Check out my other videos. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.